Hi everybody, Scott here with Terry, and
Hi.
today we are going to talk about dental marketing and how you can use your website and online presence to get new patients and grow your practice. So let's get right into it, Terry. As far as dental marketing goes, like a lot of local businesses, it's going to initially centralize on the website.
Right.
What are some of the fundamentals of website design for dentists, orthodontists, and so forth that you found to be effective?
Well, you certainly want to have a contact form above the fold that's easy to see and the phone number prominently. Of course, a nice bright smile, someone with a nice bright smile. But the other important thing is to focus on the service, really the targeted services that you want to provide. I've had a dentist orthodontist in Miami who specialized in, reconstructions and dental implants. And it's important that, you choose and decide that I want to focus on a couple of really good services in the beginning to gather that traffic. And then later on, we can branch out and remarket to people who happen to visit your site organically as you grow and as traffic grows. But it's important to really give a good funnel for some targeted services.
So you might have a home page that is a little bit more general. It kind of talks about your dentistry practice overall.
Right.
And then you're going to have other areas of content that go into your specialization. But even on that homepage, you really want to make sure it's clear.
Yeah.
If you're more family oriented or pediatric, obviously, or it's orthodontic or those types of things, you really want
Reconstruction, right.
Okay.
You want to have a couple of calls to action, right, below the hero banner that give people and identify quickly that those are your areas of your main areas of expertise. It's just the same as anything else, electrician or a plumber or a carpet cleaner. He's going to deliver. You're going to deliver a message that is exact as what those people are. The customer that you're identifying is looking for. And that's what we go for first. We go for those specialty kind of clients. And there are other things for SEO purposes that you can do to sort of expand your other client base, your general client base searching for you.
Okay. What are some of the call to actions that you found to be effective? So you mentioned phone call and you have a form. Anything specific along those lines?
Well, I mean, one of the hardest things to get across is people always smiling, and I think that's whether you're selling a phone case or you're selling plumbing or you're selling roofing, somebody smiling, and in this case for dentistry, it would be all the more important. A smiling face, giving a good human presentation, not just hi, I'm Dr. DDS, and I'm here in the local Houston area. That we need you need to personalize it.
What about using video, like on a homepage, as kind of an introduction from the dentist?
Usually what works best is a click or watch our video button.
Uh-huh.
That's something that takes up a lot of room.
Uh-huh.
And we got a lot of good work on, before and after picture videos, that kind of thing.
Okay.
It's kind of different for dentists, showing the grinding of the teeth or as opposed to a roofer, but yeah.
And you don't want to actually show the procedure. Yeah, I imagine not actually. You want the results to come through,
right.
The smiling, the healthy teeth,
Correct.
And so forth. Okay, of course. Okay, so let's talk a little bit then about how you are drawing prospective patients into your website. We deal with the world of search marketing, both paid search and then organic SEO, which you mentioned.
Mm-hmm.
Just kind of go into the differences of those a little bit and how they apply to what you were talking about before.
So let's just talk about paid to begin with. I mean, you'd want to target specific keywords to those specific targeted practices. And then we would also have, if you had general dentistry, you have other things like that. You could probably do a limited campaign driving to those pages, those landing pages as well. And then to follow up with that, you do retargeting, which can be social media or Google banner display ad retargeting. And that one works really well because the social media works really well because it it can take the form of more of a storyline. In other words, you have a dog trainer that says, people in your area are training their dogs in 10 days or less, learn more. People in your area getting their teeth whitened overnight, learn more. People in your area are, saving 50% on their orthodontic work, learn more. And it's sort of a draw, and those are only targeted to people who've already visited your site.
Okay, so let's get a couple of things here. So first of all, you might advertise with like paid search for a procedure like teeth whitening,
right,
or clear braces or Invisalign braces, that type of thing.
Correct.
You're going to have an ad that's going to show up. That's a paid search ad, and that's going to go directly to a page on your website that completely relates to that ad.
Right. It's only to that ad. Okay. Right. The analogy that I give is, think about it. If you go to Google and you type in orange juice and you see an ad for orange juice, and you go to a website, and you don't want to go to a website that says, "Hi, we make grape juice, apple juice, pineapple juice, fruit juice, and orange juice. Click here to read about orange juice." We want to go directly to orthodontic, work, or facial reconstruction or dental implants.
Okay.
That would be.
So the more specific it is to the dental health issue or the procedure, probably the better off you're going to be doing with your paid search. You want to line all of those things up together.
Correct. And then, there's a whole SEO aspect of making sure that page is optimized with lots of relevant keywords. You're using the same keywords in the text of the ad that's being searched for, and it's also in the H1 or H2 tags on the page and in the content of the page, and then we help you with writing the content of that page and optimizing it. And that's all part of the plan as well.
Okay.
And and then over time, at every quarter, I would say you go back and you revisit. Okay, what are we looking at as far as what keywords have come up? What keywords have started to appear better and stronger? Do we need to revise? Do we need to add?
Let's talk a little bit about that, about using data. Of course, one of the big advantages of digital marketing, and one of the major aspects of Marketing 360, is that you can collect all of this data on what's going on with your website and try to make improvements. Talk about how that process tends to work a little bit for dentist clients.
Well, so for dentist clients, what particularly they're looking for is for repeat business. So after 6 months or a year, you're going to want to be working with your marketing executive to explain to them how many people you're seeing back on a repeat business to the teeth cleaning and so forth, and probably working with your CRM to make sure that those people who are coming into the website are being collected and being stored properly. And then 6 months down the road, you're making sure that you're going out and hitting them maybe with another display ad or another Facebook campaign, another reminder, even if they didn't become a permanent client. You're going to go back out and remind them to develop a separate campaign and go back out and remind them it's time to come back.
So there's a lot of retention. And Terry mentioned a couple of times retargeting, which is where somebody visits a website, they leave, they don't take action that time, but it's possible because they visited the website to have an ad kind of follow them around.
Correct.
On the internet.
Correct.
Which is a really effective way. And then furthermore, even with your existing clients, you can kind of have that just to keep you top of mind and keep you, maybe even as a reminder, it's time for another dental checkup, which people obviously need. I know I do all the time.
Sure. So
I should go to the dentist and I don't. And if it started appearing on my web browsing, I might go more often.
Sure. And it's not just a matter of, okay, hey, it's time to visit your dentist again. It can even be just targeted as, hey, we noticed you came back 6 months ago for teeth whitening. It's time to think about another teeth whitening, or it's time to think about getting your teeth cleaned again. It can be very specific to the services that you were looking for.
Okay. And there's some process of elimination with this too as well, right? Like you might do a campaign and think, hey, I really want to try to target maybe a little bit more specific health issue, oral health issue. It may or may not work. You may test it. At least you'll know with this, huh?
Oh, sure. I mean, there's always something, in the world of, the health, there's always something new coming out. And it could be, hey, they discovered, what did I read? Hey, they discovered that, using floss really doesn't help anymore. Use the water pick and then advertise, water pick service or, water flossing to your patients. And as for everybody who's come in, just sort of as a reminder of this kind of services you provide.
Okay. You mentioned some about social media. Are there ways like Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and so forth that are effective for dentists to use social media in their marketing?
Oh, sure. As I said, there, with the dentist, you can certainly retarget the people who visited your site didn't fill out a form or didn't become a customer. And
in this case, you mean by liking a Facebook page,
right?
For example.
They didn't like the Facebook page. They didn't fill out the form. They didn't make the phone call. You can retarget them on Facebook for, say, hey, don't forget it's important every 6 months to have your teeth cleaned. And you could just run that ad to them for the next 6 months.
So in this case, you're talking about a Facebook advertisement, a paid search advertisement that's appearing on Facebook.
Right.
Okay.
And then, if you're talking about like doing posting to Facebook, doing social media management.
Yeah, right.
And that's, which is, a separate package from your normal marketing. But that's certainly, in health, in doctors and dentists and so forth, it can be a little touchy as to hey, we had this woman come in and we completely reconstructed her mouth, or somebody had implants. We try to get them to give more general stories about, hey, we really made somebody's day. We did 12 kids and we love doing kids. Sort of general stories. But,
so there's confidentiality.
Right.
Issues in terms of how you share that kind of stuff, of course.
Right, but if you're putting out there that you specialize in this kind of thing, then what you want to be doing is putting out on Facebook and Instagram and Twitter that those are the kind of clients that you service, and telling stories about them. And hey, we came in and had these people, and this kid came in and he couldn't afford it, but we helped him. Some good stories that make you feel good, that make you part of the community, and building your Instagram, or your Pinterest account full of stories of the same kind of thing is also important.
And a lot of those smiles, like
right.
you're talking about.
Lots of smiles.
A lot of healthy smiles, healthy teeth, and so forth, of
healthy
course.
gums.
Really good stuff. So all of this, of course, is possible to target to a local geographic area.
Oh, yeah.
If you're in Boulder, Colorado, and you need to attract people from just that area, you can target all of this type of advertising just so you can hit the people that you need to.
Oh, sure. And with social media advertising, you can target, if you were, say, a surgical dental place, or or orthodontic, or a facial reconstruction, you could target people by how much, financial, how much they make, how much they're worth, however they homeowners, are they, all kinds of.
Okay, so those kinds of demographics.
Oh, yeah.
That you can actually hit, so it can get pretty advanced.
Mm-hmm.
Good. There's not very many ways that you're really going to be able to market or grow your practice if you're not doing some of it on digital. Obviously, of course, all of this goes into mobile too. So everything that we just talked about, there's
right.
You can do it with mobile specific searches. And even to the point where they have now on Google just a click to call, right? Or just a call only campaign if you really want to focus on just getting people to call the office.
Right. Just ring up you're right. It pops up on your phone. You hit the link like it would normally go to the website, and it brings up the dialer, and it calls it calls your call center, calls the nurse at the front desk, wherever it is that you want to point it to. So yeah.
So you could run something like family dentist, Boulder, Colorado as a keyword phrase. You could have a call-only campaign that's showing up where they're just going to go ahead and call in to set the appointment. And you can run those ads so that they only show up at a time when there's somebody there to answer the phone, obviously.
Right. Yeah. And that's keep somebody there to answer the phone being the key point.
Yeah, obviously if you're going to run call-only. Super effective.
Right. Not to leave out also reviews as part of this campaign. So one thing, if there's anything that using services, roofers, and especially dentists or doctors that people look for, it's reviews.
That's a great point. So you've got to be able to manage your reviews. Places like Yelp, obviously, top-rated local, which we work with quite a bit. That's a really good point. What are a few tips you have for getting more positive reviews and kind of maintaining a positive profile of reviews online for a dental office?
Well, I have never had a problem with them getting good reviews if they're proactive about it. The dentist office is about the most positive, tries to be the most positive place for, here's a lollipop, put a smile on your face, give you a hug when you walk in the door, even though we're going to have to pull that tooth. But with things like with Top Rated Local, for instance, they have the pre-verified link that you could basically bookmark on an iPad and leave it at the check-in desk or the checkout desk, and they've paid their bill. You just slide the iPad over and hit the pre-verified link and say, "Would you give us a review?" They put their name and their email in 4 stars, and you're done.
Okay, so that's a really good point. You may have a lot of happy patients out there, but being proactive in asking them to leave you a positive review,
Right.
Is something that really creates some valuable content for you online. And that is definitely huge now. It's one of the biggest things people look for.
Oh, yeah. Once you've gotten
trust factor.
Right. Once you've gotten 35 or 36 reviews right now, and that's Google's level right today. It could change in the future, but once you've gotten that many reviews and somebody comes along and says, I want to go to Dr. Miller, what are Dr. Miller's reviews like? Dr. Miller's reviews. Google will bring that up to the first position on Google as part of a review. So it'll beat out if you've got Yelp and you've got 5 reviews, that might come up first. But once you've got 35 or 36 reviews in something like Top Rated Local, it'll bring it up to the top, and people will then review. And I've had 12, 15, 20% conversion rate from people really reading the reviews.
Wow. Okay. Yeah, I can see that as being crucial. That's a really good point. Hey, thanks everybody. Check out the Marketing 360 software. You can peruse the site a little bit, reach out to us, and you can get a free demo from one of our marketing consultants. There's a lot of really powerful tools that helps you keep all of this organized so you really know what you're doing with your digital marketing. You can dial in what really works, and that's where you get the real return on this and can really build out your practice. Thanks so much. Thanks, Terry.
You bet.